Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about the yellow vest movement in France, and they're going to do a bank run to collapse the euros. So you can see that this guy's wearing a yellow vest is a buy Bitcoin, wearing a hat is also say with a Bitcoin logo. So before we get into that, just in case you are new to the channel, just to remind everybody that SLAM is going to have an airdrop coming up. This is a EOS gaming dApps development platform. So the airdrop day will be on January 17, 9 a.m. UTC time. The airdrop snapshot will be on January 15. So make sure you transfer your EOS out of the exchange to the EOS account. No, but this is actually a little bit different. I think if you leave it in the Chains exchange, they will do a direct airdrop for you. So you can leave it in Chains exchange. Other than Chains exchange, you have to transfer to your EOS account, or you can send it to the Chains exchange to get a direct airdrop. Otherwise, you have to, in order to get this airdrop, you have to use your Mint.1 wallet to air grab this free token. So either way, either send it to Chains exchange or air grab using Mint.1 wallet. Also, Tron giving out NT token. So you can also trade NT token in the exchange, decentralized exchange as well. Also, Tron Dice giving out dividends. BetDice giving out lucky draw. If you're newbies, you should be able to do the lucky draw. This is basically free EOS. So let's get, before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop token swap or giveaway. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. So currently there's some protests in France right now. It has been the protest probably since December or November. And you can see there's a yellow vest saying that buy Bitcoin and wearing a cap Bitcoin logo hat as well. That's pretty interesting. So what happened is, how does this all started? It's basically President Macron, his decision is to increase the gas prices for in France, and it sparks all this protest and riot in Paris, and also there's a number of fist fight with the riot police, and then the car set on fire, monument got damaged, and in the Facebook group they have a yellow vest protester now planning another demonstration outside the Rothschild Bank of Neon on January 9, which is today. And they're trying to do a bank run. So basically, they want to call for every French citizen to withdraw the euros from the bank. And basically, the French banks hold an estimate of 1/4 or less of all the funds that will be required should the French citizen take such an action. A bank run like this has the potential to paralyze the economy, the country, and even collapse the euro. So how did all this yellow vest started? This is start back in November because of the increase of the gas prices. And this is something that historically doesn't go well with the French. And thousands of protesters took to the street, and many wearing a yellow vest, and then they demonstrate that discontent by smashing windows, buildings, monuments, and disrupting traffic. Even though President Macron did make some economic concession in December, seems the measure is still failed to please those angry mob. And they now realize that just not the fuel prices, they also realize that this is beyond a hike in the fuel prices or gas prices, the inflation rate in general, and also untapped money printing, eroding their wealth, and the elite politics of Macron. So basically, for the past 10 years, if you put your money in the bank, you're going to lose out because of the negative interest rate. If you are not in the asset class, for example, real estate, stock market, you're not going to make a lot of money. Actually, you're going to decrease your purchasing power with the inflation and everything and all that. And the thing is, don't mess with the French. There's a big reason for that is because if you still remember the French Revolution back in 1789, and the last king in France is Louis XVI. And at the time, the king live very extravagantly in the palace of Versailles. And there's huge inflation. There are higher prices for the food and also scarcity of food. And then the peasants or the farmers basically overthrew the monarchy. And also Louis XVI was basically guillotined. Basically, his head got chopped off basically after the French Revolution. And you can see some of the picture here. This man is about to go to the guillotine. His head is going to be chopped off. And also during that time, because of the high prices and also they raised taxes to the farmers and all that, people are so angry. And then also there's a women's march to the Palace of Versailles, and because people are hungry, people do not have food to eat, and while the king living extravagantly in the palace, so people are very mad at the time. This is the French Revolution. If you look back in history, and this is the abolish of the monarchy system. So that's why in France there's no king or anything, because the last king his head got chopped off or guillotine in the French Revolution. So unlike in British, they have a monarch, or Japan, they have a monarch, but in France, the system was already abolished back in the 1789 after the French Revolution. So that's why don't mess with the French citizen or French people. And you can see this is a YouTube video. I will put the link below. This French boxer basically punching down a riot police, and it has been circulating in the social media. And also, so what does this have to do with Bitcoin? So there's a Bitcoin fanatics. You can see this guy with buy Bitcoin, the vest and all that, have rallied behind the yellow vest after some of them were seen with sign on their back saying buy Bitcoin. This is pretty interesting in France right now. The truth is that thousands of yellow vests, probably only a handful of them support or even understand what Bitcoin is. But this handful of potential powerful people, this will potentially going powerful, because a movement is just start with one or two people, right? And then it will spread across different people. So the French protester may not be armed with guns and guillotine, but they have a powerful weapon at hand, knowledge. At least they have the mind to do the bank run. They ask all the French citizens to go to the bank to withdraw the money, to get a bank run and paralyze the government. At least they have the, they know all this, they have the knowledge to make the government paralyzed or something. And also there's a street art in Paris depicting yellow vests in protest, and a woman raising the French flag high had a hidden Bitcoin price inside it. So this is pretty interesting. So spreading the word about Bitcoin through art, protests, and private meetings are working. It's attracting eyes of millions of people in France and around the world. So they're planning to protest outside the Rothschild Bank of Lyon. And the Yellow Vests were so far organized in social media, Facebook event. Mentioned they have 300 people confirmed, and more than 3,000 people are interested in attending the protest at the Rothschild Bank of Lyon tomorrow. And so there will be a possible bank runs in France tomorrow. They encourage all the French people to withdraw all the money, to paralyze the government and all that. So this is a potentially exciting news for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency community, as a sudden surge of fresh cash could be about to hit the market. But I think you may be too soon to celebrate an upswing in the Bitcoin price just yet, because the French withdraw the money, the euros, doesn't mean that they're going to put the money in Bitcoin. And Max Kaiser, he's saying that if every French person convert 20% of their bank deposit into Bitcoin, French banks and the government will collapse, and a lot of blood share could be avoided. So it will be interesting to see how this all play out for Bitcoin, and can the yellow vest movement increase the awareness of cryptocurrency, and the importance of the fundamentals of cryptocurrency or blockchain technology is to decentralize the power back to the people from centralized control or government control. And will the yellow vest protest pose a threat to the euro, or will they have a bank run that will potentially bring to the banking system to a halt in France, or potentially collapse the euros? What do you think? Do you think it will have such an impact of the economy? Please comment below. I would like to hear from you. And people are saying that they're going to buy with the French, the bank run, they're going to buy Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is still considered to be a high-risk asset. Maybe some people, they may buy Bitcoin. I think people are going to safe haven right now, which is the price, which is gold and silver right now at this time. And we'll see how it goes. And potentially, maybe some people may go to Bitcoin. We never know. We'll see how it goes. What do you think? Will the bank run all these people withdraw the money and go to Bitcoin or go to commodities? Please comment below. I would like to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please smash the like button and also subscribe. Also share with your friends. That will help out my ranking in YouTube. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And remember, also, if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell and you don't miss out the token swap or airdrop. Those are pretty time sensitive. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. Remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency or ICO has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.